probiotic defense shield, your friendly bacteria. That's what defends you. And so when that gets broken down, that's when we get into trouble. So every day, you know, my research on this has brought me to the point of every single day, you've got to have something that is in your diet. Usually people have sauerkraut or kimchi, right? But you can
I don't think people have anything. I think usually people have nothing, to be honest. Most people are like, kimchi's too spicy, sauerkraut, where do I get that? Probiotics, that's too expensive. I'm good, you know, like, you know what I mean? That I think most people have that, but I hear what you're saying. You should get something in your body.
It's, you know, if you open these capsules up, they're all white. They're white because the probiotic is white. And white means lung protector. White means white is like the basis. It's like mother's milk is white for a reason. It's not just white for no reason. It's white because it's the beginning of the development of the whole system. It's the beginning of all life. It's the beginning of your microbiome or your friendly bacteria. So the more of that you can get in, if you have like an old bottle of probiotics, I bet you people have that. Like they have some old bottle of probiotics somewhere in the back of their cabinet. Like, what the hell do I do with this stuff? Take the coconut water and just pour it in here. Open up a couple of those capsules and just put something over it so no bugs can get in there.
How long?
Just let it sit there for 12 hours.
Okay, so can I do that with harmless Can I do that with harmless harvest?
Yeah, absolutely.
So why? Okay, why? Because I get so much harmless harvest. It's almost like I drink about, I don't want to tell you how much. It's almost decadent, but I drink from 4 to 6 of those harmless harvests every day.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. But so if I do that, it's very decadent. But if I do that, why? First of all, why is it all pink? I know they're supposed to be young coconuts, but is that bullshit? Because they're all pink.
Yeah, it means it's oxidation. It's an enzymatic oxidation reaction in the coconut. So that's why it's turning pink. So it's been exposed to oxygen, therefore it starts to turn pink. It's caused by an enzyme. It's not really bad. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It's been oxidized. It's been hit with oxygen. Julia
Friend, Harmless Harvest is a brand of coconut water that is ridiculously expensive and ridiculously
good.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah, it really is. It's like the whole world has transformed, David, because of you and a few people out there where, you know, you're really reason why have access. You're one of the reasons we have access to all of this incredible foods. And they have 30 Greg 36, who just bought a painting for me, said $13 for a pack of 6 at Costco. And that's true. They do have that. But I don't think you guys should get it, because if you start getting it, then there won't be enough for me. No, but seriously, it's the best ever. And you guys should really just, I mean, if you're saying coconut water in a jar, cover it with a t-shirt, probiotic, 12 hours, and that will basically make it the best probiotic. Will it be sour though? Is it going to be sour tasting?
No, it's pretty good. Actually, it's good. It is not sour. And that's especially with something like with Harmless Harvest, it's pretty sweet, which you don't really want that much sugar going to your body. So it'll chew that sugar up. You'll drink it and be like, oh, this tastes good, but it's not too sweet. Plus you get blasted with all that friendly bacteria. So your body's going like, yeah, we got something now. And basically all digestion it's all done by these little organisms. That's the reality of it, right? You know, your body can't really use anything unless it's been broken down by bacteria. So you put more bacteria in there, it's a defense. It helps with your digestion. And overall, it's like watering your garden. Like, you know, we're cultivating these little organisms. They're on the surface of our skin. They're all on the inside of our mouth. They're all on the inside of our lungs. They're all on the inside of our whole digestive organs.
Yes, you let it. Okay, I'm going to answer all these questions. One, yes, you let it sit in there for 12 hours. Any brand is pretty good. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to get a bad brand. And any kind of coconut water, besides the really crappy ones that are owned by Coca-Cola and Pepsi, which, you know, like you could just tell which ones are crap. But I obviously getting a real coconut is the best. And lately, Dave, what I've been doing, and my young daughter really loves it, I've been taking coconut meat, scooping it out, soaking it in olive oil, lemon, garlic, and sea salt, taking it in the dehydrator with nutritional yeast on it, and it's like a beef jerky. It's the best thing I've actually ever made in my life.
sounds
I'm a
pretty good,
genius.
actually.
Dude,
That
it's really good. It's
and
because I feel like I'm taking my art and becoming a better chef now. That's what I'm doing.
that the best chefs in the world are just artists. That's all they're doing. They're just creating art, but they're using food. But you're reminding me of something of like fire ciders and other things that people can make, where you take like horseradish, you take cayenne pepper, you take garlic and onion, you put it in a vinegar, like a Bragg's vinegar, and then you just basically create like a fire cider where you just get a shot of that, and you go and just pound that down, and that just kills everything off. Right.
So you do. Tell me how to do that again.
Okay, so let's say you had some horseradish. You're going to take
Okay.
some horseradish, slice a few slices of that, put it in a container like this. This is full of Bragg's vinegar.
Okay.
Okay, then you're going to put in there cayenne, fresh or dried powder, whatever you got. You're going to dice up garlic, throw that in there. You're going to dice up onion. You're going to throw that in there. You're going to think of any ginger. You like ginger and turmeric, dice that up, throw that in there, shake that thing around, let it sit there, and then every day you take a little sip off the top, or you just pour it out in a shot glass and go, let's just shoot this down. And it's going to be fiery, but see, these fiery compounds like capsicum and what's in garlic, the allicin in garlic, and the same kind of compounds in onions and the same kind of compounds in horseradish, clean the lungs out. They're expectorants. Right? That's why you go right. That's good. This is a lung condition that we're working on here. That's what people got to know. You don't want that thing to get in your lungs. There's no way it's getting in your lungs. You're doing those fire ciders every day. No chance.
Okay. Shit. I got to do that. Okay, good to know. I'm going to do the probiotic thing. I'm going to do the fire cider thing. And Troy reminded us here, of course, intermittent fasting. David, you just did a six-day water fast.
7-day water fast.
7-day water fast.
Cleanse, or longer than 21 days. I mean, this is like my 26th day, actually. I still haven't got back to like normal eating yet. But yeah, I did a 7-day water fast. I ended it last Thursday night.
Okay, that's amazing. And I agree with Troy that intermittent fasting, I'm not on it now, but when I really felt the best. I would stop eating at 8 at night, and then I would start eating again, 16 hours later, which I guess is noon. Is that right? I can't even figure it out right now. But my point is that I felt really good and actually felt hungry, as opposed to like eating when you're not hungry, just eating because you're just around food all the time. And even as we're becoming domesticated. What's up, Manny? Manny, you missed some. Have you been on here, or you've been missing this shit? Because David's been on fire.
Where's Manny at? He's in there?
Manny's right there. Yeah, Manny's right there.
Oh, there's Manny right there. Manny Dangers. That's our man right there.
Yeah. Manny works here every day, but he's not here today. Today's his day off.
Somebody asked if I do supplements, and I'm just going to show you, dude, because I got the crazy collection going right here. You want to see some crazy shit
Well,
right
first of all, everybody needs to go to David Wolfe Foods, because David has some great foods as well. And I actually got my coated silver from you. And then I just ordered a ton of jungle peanuts from you.
Nice.
Love you more, Manny. I ordered a ton of jungle peanuts, and my 16-month-old is devouring the jungle peanuts every day. And then David hits me with this knowledge and breaks it down, and he's like, oh, by the way, peanuts are the best thing for kids' brains. Tell me about that again.
It's a rachic acid. We all ate peanut butter as a kid, and we thought, oh, that's just because we saw Peter Pan and Jiffy, commercials or something. It's actually, there's an instinct that a child has to eat peanut butter because it has the long chain saturated fatty acid called arachic acid, which is very important for the developing brain of children. It can also be important later in life when people get into their 80s and 90s. And the nutrition of somebody who's like, 0 to 10 is similar to 80 to 90, interestingly. And what it does, it protects your brain, it nourishes your brain, and helps to build your brain. And it's very hard to get. It's hard to find. Look it up. Our arachic acid, ARACHIC.
Now, Julie Fran says, I thought peanuts were bad. And I think they are bad in the way that they're fungal.
They're moldy.
If they don't really grow well, they're agriculturally farmed. But we're talking about, let's make this distinction, Dave. Jungle peanuts that you get from David Wolfe Foods, those are the peanuts that I believe are from Ecuador. Where are they
They're
from?
from Ecuador. They're
Oh,
from
they're from
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
They're certified organic and they're certified mold free.
Yeah.
They
So
have
the
no mycotoxins.
and you know, really at the end of the day, if you don't know shit about food, like me, let's just say I don't know anything. I'm not an expert. I didn't go to class. I didn't go to school. I live it. So if you live it, you can feel it. In other words, that doesn't feel good. Like when I eat pasta, I don't feel good. It's pretty obvious. That's not good for you. I don't know if it's the glyphosate, the wheat, I'm eating too much, all of the above. You know if it's good for you. If you drink coconut water, why do I feel so good? It's real fucking simple. You don't have to be a nutritionist and a scientist or an alchemist to figure out I feel good or I don't feel good. Which one? So that's how you have to do a lot of this stuff is figure it out for yourself. And David says it all the time, your instincts. There's an instinct why my daughter, who's 16 months, is walking around eating a cucumber all day. She's eating jungle peanuts. She eats raw garlic. She eats raw onions. She eats raw kale. And she's eating all of these incredible foods because she has an instinct to have a taste for it, because we all do. Okay, Dave, lemons, coconut oil, apple cider vinegar, cauliflower, jungle peanuts. Give us a couple of other foods that are really important for the diet and for nutrition.
Okay, well, I want to say this. There's something that's about to happen right here in the front yard that we have to mention some herb. There has to be an herb that comes in here.
Okay.
And the number one herb for this, for sure, by far, and it's easy it's easy to find because no one's onto it, is stinging nettles. Nettles, nettle tea, nettle extracts, nettle supplements, nettle full spectrum supplements. Gaia has one that's really nice. There's just nettles. And nettles grow in every canyon in all of LA. Every canyon.
Okay, so that's what I was
going to
say.
growing.
So I could just get them out here.
Yeah, you could literally
I'm
go
gonna
to any
FaceTime
canyon
you
in
and
LA.
be like, "Is this nettle?" Because I'm gonna wind up grabbing something, and you're like, "Don't eat that."
Yeah, and then you're dead.
Right. No. So I gotta make sure. Like, oh, I could look it up. I could see. I'm not. I hate doing that, dude. Like, I know when I walk around with Dave, he'll just be picking stuff and eating it. Like, oh wow, that's miner's lettuce, or wow, that's mustard, or wow. And you got to be careful. You're not a botanical expert like Dave is. Dave's also a mycologist, by the way. He knows how to pick mushrooms. I pick a mushroom, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. So
I got some epic mushrooms right here.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I can't save this video. It's going to live on my feed for 24 hours. I've got 800 people saying, please save this, please save this. Well, the next one we do, Manny and I will definitely record it. But unfortunately, I did not record this one. Actually, you can record the playback of it on screen recording. I'll do that. That's what I'll do.
These are all insane medicinal mushrooms, very powerful antivirals when in alcohol. If you throw this into alcohol, like take this and throw it into vodka.
What is that?
This right here is a Ganoderma, like a true Ganoderma, a Ganoderma applanatum. This is a reishi.
Oh, beautiful.
This is that's another Ganoderma right there. You see they get like that sometimes.
And you picked those?
I picked these. Yeah, these are all wild ones. These are
told you, this is the real deal, dude. This guy is not fucking around. He is like Paul Stamets. Did you see his documentary, by the way, the mushroom documentary?
Yes, I've seen
Stamets?
it. Yes.
God, it's really good.
It's really good.
Mushrooms are so good.
It's prime time now. Like this, look at that. You throw that into alcohol. So I've got a whole cupboard of alcohol extracts of this stuff. This stuff's, it's crazy powerful. Foamies fomentarius. Look at that one. Boom.
You know what? Alicia Morrow, coach, says that you can download it when you finish, but when you do Insta Lives with two people, I've noticed that they don't let me download it. You can end it and post it, and then I could screen record it. That's about it.
Trippy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, can you download your Insta Lives? Have you ever tried
I've never done it. I mean, I don't, because I don't care. Like, people like, you should save it. Like, well, I'll just watch the next one. I don't like to, like.
You got to live in the now, man.
Yeah, like, I don't like having stuff out there that's like, a million different things like the old days, because it's all censored, and then all of a sudden I'm on the radar screen with these God knows who and all that stuff. So anyway, it's just one time only. Anyway, let me show you.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to screen record it.
Okay, watch
show
this.
me.
Watch that. Boom.
Wait. I can't see anything. What is it? Oh.
You see that whole selection of stuff right there?
Oh yeah, those are all tinctures and herbs and supplements.
Yeah. And so then we come over here, and then I'm going to get right to my coated silver. Boom. That's high in the list right there.
I do that.
So, that kills everything.
So I had a swollen gland.
We
Dave,
need to get some of this to
God.
Jason Andors. Look at this. Watch this. Look how crazy this stuff is. This is 83 times more concentrated than colloidal silver you buy in a store. And I'm being very gracious to the colloidal silver you buy in a store, by the way.
What's the difference between coated silver and colloidal silver, Dave?
Well, this is 20,000 parts per million. Colloidal silver you buy in a store is like 10 parts per million, or 15 parts per million, or 20 parts per million if you're lucky. 20,000 parts per million, just to give you an idea of what that's about. That's my coated silver. DavidWolfe.com. It's there. And then iodine. We got to talk about iodine. That's another huge one.
I do iodine every morning. I do 3. I have that exact detoxidine, and you get that at Global Healing.
Yeah, that's my friend Dr. Group. I should put. I think I got a link for it right here in my mind.
You just have to look up nascent iodine, detoxidine, and I got that. So what I'm doing with that is I'm doing 3 drops in water every morning. And what does the iodine do, Dave? I remember during Fukushima, when they had the big nuclear reactor meltdown, everybody was like, oh shit, we got to get on iodine because people were dying. Tell me about that.
Well, iodine displaces out toxic iodine. So for example, radioactive iodine, it's chelation by replacement. You get the right iodine in, it boots out the bad iodine. It also boots out other mimics or imposters like chlorine, fluorine, or fluoride, bromine. It boots them out. So it protects your endocrine system. It protects your reproductive organs. It's really important for your thyroid. Obviously, it's the main mineral needed for your thyroid. It's your main defenses in terms of like any single mineral for defenses against virus or anything else, because iodine's antiviral, antimicrobial, anti-everything, antifungal, everything. That's why it was used. In medicine, they used iodine as a disinfectant primarily for 30, 40 years until like the 70s. Then it got replaced by this other synthetic garbage, because there's higher profit margin because iodine's lower profit margin. And then iodine is, iodine's a controlled substance. And when you're like Dr. Group, this is Dr. Group's product, the detoxidine, he's got to be regulated by the federal government, because if you have all this iodine, you could make drugs with it.
What kind of drugs can you make with iodine? Not that I'm going to. But just
amphetamines of all kinds.
Okay.
You need iodine as part of the process, or if you want to do it like right instead of doing it like a cheap way, you use iodine. So the federal government regulates it. So you have to have your act together, and Dr. Group has his act together. That's why I like his product so much.
David is also a clandestine chemist, clandestine alchemist, clandestine human being. Okay, so Dave, give us. So you mentioned nettles. And we only have 10 minutes before we get cut off. Can you give us one more food that everybody can go out? By the way, you can't. So now in LA, it's recommended that you don't go shopping. You have to wear a mask or $1,000 fine. I mean, it's getting absolutely ridiculous. And I don't really know if the masks are going to, for sure on my nature walks, why am I wearing a mask when no one's around me and it's the freshest day in LA? So anyway, that being said, one more food that you can recommend. I love lemon because I'd recommend
this
easy.
Food 4 times a day if you can get it in, even just a small amount, even end a pinky size amount. Turmeric. Get the turmeric in. Turmeric is very effective for the situation that we're in right now. It's something you want to consistently have. It's kind of like garlic. You can cut it up, throw it in the vinegar. You can dice it up, throw it in your smoothie. You can dice it up, throw it in your food at night. Everywhere. Just try to get it going into your body every direction possible. But curcumin is one of the most well-studied immunological substances ever of all time. There's over 10,000 studies on it. 10,000.
So what does turmeric have in it that's so great for you?
Well, it's the curcumin, which is the orange pigment that's in it. That's the main thing. And you know what it is? It's actually 2 vanillin molecules stuck together. So sometimes when you're eating turmeric, you're like, damn, I thought I tasted vanilla right there. It does have, it's weird. If you ever notice that, sometimes you eat turmeric and you're like, was that vanilla? That can't be vanilla. But it's actually 2 vanilla molecules stuck together, vanillin stuck together. And sometimes when one breaks off, you get that flavor.
Wow. So the 2 vanillin molecules give it that. And then what gives it the color?
But what gives it the color is that it's called double conjugated bond. So it's a highly symmetrical, highly organized molecule. All color pigments are, but anything that's orange is like an anti-inflammatory in action, which means it's like an ongoing, regular anti-inflammatory you can keep taking. That's things that are orange have that quality. And another thing,
so carrots will have
carrots
that?
are like that too. Yep, carrots are actually really good. And because it's a root, that's another thing. Remember, brain. Right? So root and brain, get your head on straight, right? Start thinking clearly.
Turmeric raw or cooked?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can eat it raw?
Yep. Or even dice it up, throw it into tea. What I do is I'll just take a little, like end of the pinky kind of amount and throw it in a blender and make like a salad dressing out of it. You know, so then I'll put olive oil in there, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of spirulina, a little bit of parsley, blend that up. And so I got like a homemade salad dressing with it in it.
So can kids have turmeric as well? And how young? Okay.
Turmeric is like, as soon as you start being able to eat food, like 1 year old, you can start eating turmeric. It's one of the safest foods out there. In fact, it's safer than most foods out there. Chicken, for example, is very dangerous. If we went by the numbers, how many people die every day choking on chicken bones? It's one of the more dangerous.
How about food poisoning? Check this out. Right before your retreat 20 some odd years ago, I made fried chicken. I got the flu from the chicken. I felt great. I ate the chicken. I immediately had 104 fever. I caught the chicken flu. That's how crazy that was. That was the last time I've ever actually had chicken in my life, is because I got a flu from the chicken that I ate. I never eat chicken anymore.
That brings up something really important that we got to get into, and that is, and this is the last recommendation I have for people. And I got it right here, which is my activated charcoal. Activated charcoal.
At David Wolfe Foods, by the way. That's
right
W-O-L-F-E.
I'm sold out right now. I gotta have more in a week, but that's my activated charcoal and tapioca capsules. Because people most of the time don't catch a cold or catch coronavirus. They eat something that lowers their immune system because it had food poisoning in it, or it was a stomach bug, or some kind of a bacteria or crap was on the food, and it hit their immune system goes down, then they get it. So if you have that happen, you immediately take activated charcoal, right, Bua?
Yeah, no, dude, I'm on charcoal. Anytime I feel any weirdness at all, I take charcoal, and it mitigates anything. And that's what they're going to give you at the hospital. If you had food poisoning, you have any kind of poisoning from paints, pigments that I paint with poisonous paint sometimes, charcoal is the way to go, because it's going to just take everything crappy out of your body. It takes good stuff out of your body too, but anything you can mitigate to save yourself. For food poisoning, charcoal is the super go-to. If you get it early enough, it'll go right out of you. You won't even throw up. That's how crazy charcoal. Charcoal's a wonder. Charcoal's a real wonder drug. You know what's funny about charcoal, and then we got to really wrap it up quick, is that I have charcoal upstairs. I have charcoal in my studio. I have charcoal in my car. Because I'm like, I'm going to do something really weird.
Because now you know.
Well, because, if you ever eat, and also if you ever eat cooked foods that have been cooked with cooked oils, a lot of people get sick. They're like, I don't know what happened. I got sick. I'm like, what'd you eat? Well, I went to this restaurant, and like, oh my God, dude, of course you got poison. The oils are cooked over and over again. They're toxic. So if you have charcoal on hand, you can mitigate any kind of toxicity, and it's a good thing to have. I'm not recommending that you poison yourself anyway, but just avoid going out and eating food cooked in cooked oils. But definitely be prepared with charcoal, because it's a really smart thing to do.
That's a smart move, because again, let's bring it back. Most people don't just like catch a cold, like, oh my God, I caught some cold. They don't catch a cold. They ate something that lowered their immune system, and that's why they got sick. 80% of the time or more. I'd even say it could even be as high as 95% of the time. So as long as you avoid that pitfall, it's very unlikely that this thing's going to get a hold of you. So you do the charcoal. I just do the charcoal anyway. I mean, it's not like I've been out eating, but you know how I travel. Anytime I eat something out, even a raw food restaurant, anything, I always take charcoal with it, just because I don't want to have any food poisoning. No chance.
Okay, guys. So this is going to end because these are only an hour. But David, you've dropped so much science today. I'm going to try to screen record this and put this up. Watch it. It's going to be on my feed for 24 hours. I'll just have you back on next week, Dave. You're the man. Your knowledge is sickeningly ridiculous. Like, just your information, and the fact that you, like I said, you not only know about it, but you plant it, you grow it, you pick it, you source it, Like, he is the absolute truth. There is nobody more knowledgeable on food and superfood in the world than David Wolfe. David Avocado Wolfe, if you're not following him, you're tripping, because he's really, you're just like, you must be tripping on some Amanita muscaria mushrooms. Okay, Dave, love you, bro. And,
thanks, bro.
Yeah, you're the best ever.
Okay, I'll be in touch. Cheers.
Right, peace, peace, peace,
Okay,
peace, peace,
peace.
peace, peace,
Allah.
peace, 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 peace.